And we're live. Welcome again, and thank you for joining us for our. I don't know if it's the last Lego Masters chat, but it's getting close to it. It won't be? Okay. Welcome. Sorry we missed last week. Everyone was tied up with the grand final and everything else, so we thought that we would skip a week and come back and chat to some lovely new contestants and see how everything's going. Welcome, everybody. How are you today?
Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for joining us. It's been a bit of a traumatic experience since the show stopped airing. The production company wouldn't let us give us your details, so we had to scramble to get you the last couple of people.
I thought you were saying it was a traumatic experience, Wade, because...
Oh, we lost Nicole.
Oh dear.
I've lost Nicole.
Nicole, we lost you. Oh well. So how is everyone? How have you all recovered from the whole Lego Masters train? And
yeah,
I'd say so. It feels like a distant memory.
It does a bit.
Yeah.
At least you guys all live in New South Wales and you catch up, it seems, from Instagram all of the time.
Too often, if anything. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm a bit disappointed I'm stuck with these two. Honestly, I was just hoping it was the one-on-one, but anyway.
I'm sick of Caleb. I've had enough.
Yeah. She kept singing songs the whole show. Oh, wait. Was that you, Alex?
I can switch you out. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Have you had to do lots of interviews? Sorry.
No.
I haven't had too many, which suits me fine. They've been fun though, the ones that I've done. So it's it's just different because you go from just being an everyday person to people asking you to do interviews and people stopping you in the streets, and you just think, what is going on? You know, we just went and built some Lego for a few weeks and now this.
Have you had lots of people on the streets asking for photos?
No, not the photos on the street. Most of the ones on the street will actually do that double take and is it her? And I got new glasses, so I feel like I'm doing like a full Hollywood moment where like they change glasses and nobody knows who they are anymore. But yeah, when you go, like I've been to 2 Lego expos and the most recent one was in Port Macquarie in my hometown, and that was just super cute because people were just, you know, I had one kid come up and he goes, I'm so sorry, I'm just starstruck. And I'm like, you don't have to be. It's all good. But it's just amazing to know that what we've done and how much fun we had doing it has, you know, been so enjoyable for others at home to watch. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Well said, Rach.
We're very excited at the Melbourne shows that we have here, the Lego shows, when there's like Gus or David or Fleur. Yeah, you can see that it's like, you know, whatever they're doing, they need to stop and take a photo with these kids. Yeah. It's very cute. So, Wade, what were you asking before?
Oh, no. We're just wondering, there's a question in the chat already. Matthew wanted to know what's next for your Lego journey. It seems too early in the chat to ask that question, though. But
it's very early.
Yeah.
That's all right.
What are you building, or where are you moving to, or what are you displaying at? What events are you coming to that we can see you at?
Cool. I'm trying to go pretty hardcore straight into the mucks and wanting to do displays and things. So I got COVID basically the second that the finale aired, and so I was on a massive Lego high. So I'm like, let's just build for 7 days straight. So I built quite a few guys. This whole afternoon I was supposed to do some readings because my new term at uni has just started, but I ended up just making another mock for like one of the Flickr Lego competitions sort of thing. So I've got a few sort of mocks and different things ready to go for the Instagram. And I think most of us will be at Brickfest in Newcastle as well in July. So definitely hope to keep coming along to the shows.
I think Caleb actually needs to go on Lego Masters again because I just feel like he unlocked something while he was there, and what he's creating now, I'm blown away.
What have you made, Caleb? What did you just
Show
make?
us.
A whole bunch of things. I can show you the one that I've been making today.
Yeah, go
Alright.
on.
Show us.
Just like his post is not really right. He's sort of like this. There we go.
I like his hair.
I don't know what he is. Yeah.
Oh, he's so cute.
But
He
I've been
looks
sort of
like
working a while.
Five is alive.
What's that?
It looks like that number 5 is alive robot from Short Circuit.
I guess he does. Yeah.
Like even the sort of the Horizon, the recent set and everything, like those sort of colors, I think weird sort of inspiration and things. But that's been fun.
Amazing.
Yeah, I think characters is my favorite thing to do at the moment. I just love spending ages on a little head. You just sort of do whatever you want. There's no rules. I love it.
What about you, Alex? Are you building stuff as well?
Kind of. I didn't do any mocking before the show, and I don't know if I'll continue after. But I am trying to expand the Crime Cat universe for the Newcastle show. So I'm working on a little bit of a sidekick for him, and yeah, just giving it a go. I obviously learned heaps while I was on the show, so I'm trying to like keep it up. You know.
Yeah.
The sidekick is just divine.
It's pretty cute. He's downstairs, so I can't get him, but he's cute.
Is it a cat as well?
It is a cat.
Oh, cute.
Bless. Yeah.
Are we going to be able to? Sorry.
What?
Are we going to be able to convince you to come to Brickvention and display Crime Cat and stuff in January?
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't have to twist my arm very hard. I love the opportunity to mostly just meet up with my Lego fam. So if they'll be there, I'll be there.
I'm sure we can arrange it.
Sounds good.
Consider this the official invite for Brickvention next year.
Stunning. RSVP, yes.
That's the Mugs affiliated Lego event that we only have one a year. It seems like in New South Wales you guys have like 17 million Lego events.
Oh, there's too many, yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
There is just the right amount. And
Sure.
If one were
I'd
crazy
start-
enough, we might move.
I'd start messaging one of the ex-contestants something on Instagram, and then one of them would be like, "Oh, am I seeing you in September?" I'm like, "For what? Whatever." And then, "Oh, am I seeing you on the 17th of June in 2025?" I'm like, "Huh?" And they've all got like, "Oh, aren't you going to the Yarra Valley, Bionicle exhibition or something?" You know, so specific. It's hard to keep track of. It really is.
Because you're a
Have you
Lego
been getting
master.
Sorry.
Because you're a Lego Master alumni now, can you like sneak into these exhibitions like late as a late entry as an exhibitor?
Oh, maybe. I haven't tried yet.
You're opening a can of worms, Nicole.
No? Okay.
I'm going to try it on now. Good idea, Nicole.
I'm going to get in
Clear
trouble.
spoken now. Yeah.
Uh-oh. You go, Wayne. Your turn.
Sorry.
I've actually forgotten what I was going to ask.
Sorry.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
I hate streams because you never know when someone's going to speak.
It's hard.
Yeah.
So, can you tell us about your favorite build on the show? Let's get back to Lego Masters.
Well,
and
let's
why
talk
you're
about
here.
that.
What was your favorite build on the show?
Go, Rach.
Mine
Correct.
was the 1800s hotel.
The Downton Abbey.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, I just had so much fun building all of the furniture, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm actually building my house plans. We're doing major renovations, so I'm building my house plans in Lego. And then, after that, my husband and I, he's a builder, so we can both say we built our house and, have some sort of credit there. But I'm going to fill it with furniture and, just have an amazing time with it, because that's what that's what I learned from the show, was my love of building furniture. Like what a random thing to get out of Lego Masters is a love of building furniture out of Lego.
Killed it, right?
So
it was amazing.
we're going to issue a challenge of building a human-sized piece of furniture, like a chair or a throne.
Yeah, I've considered that, because I would actually really like to do a Mad Hatter's tea party.
Oh my god, love.
Cool.
I know.
Okay.
So much fun.
Like life-size?
Well, that was one of my ideas for a finale build if we got there, but it's probably not life size, but certainly, a nice size where you can get real detail in teapots and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Love it.
Would that have been not allowed because it was copyrighted if you had done actually the Mad Hatter's tea party for the finale?
Don't know, because they've done the Rapunzel things and Little Mermaid themes and
Alice in Wonderland is in free domain, so it's not.
What did you say, mate?
Alice in Wonderland is in free domain. It's not copyrighted anymore.
There you go.
Yeah,
it's open.
Yeah, right.
Go for it, Rach.
I'm in.
Go on, Rach.
Well, I'm sad you didn't get to build it. Do you know, Rachel, your sky is the limit, the cloud idea was actually my idea 3 years ago for if I ever got on Lego Masters, when we were watching it and you're like, I do this. And then you guys did it and I was just like, what is happening?
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
So now I can never do it. I just can't even go to the show because you've done it.
Right.
You can do it better, Nicole. It's okay.
Huh?
You can do it better.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I actually really liked.
Break the curse.
Like, you even took it further where you had the wheel where it was just random and they're like, yeah, spin the wheel. Yeah, it's rain today. Like, I loved that. I just thought that was really clever and it added layers that I just didn't have in my head. So well done.
So Caleb, what was your favorite build on the show?
Look, I think I'm still trying to decide between our cloud build, so our fisherman in the boat build, and our pilot build. I think the reason is I think I liked the pilot build more from a technical standpoint, and I quite had fun. Like, here's another character, here's another character, here's another character. It was fun to do that, and I think, I don't know, all of it was just really, really good, especially our sunset. I just want that final scene. I want that in my room. I really liked it. But I think the fisherman was just so funny. And I think it's really special for us because it was like the first team of the finale. And I don't think we could add anything to that build if we wanted to. It was just totally complete. There was no other idea we could add to it conceptually. So I think
I agree.
that was, of all our builds, I felt like that was the one that, you could be wrapped up in a gift and like, here you are, it's totally finished, done, So that felt good, I think.
And you felt like you'd ticked all Brickman's boxes of aesthetics, technical ability, and story.
Yeah, I think it's mostly after you judging. I think even when we're up there, I'm just like, I honestly, if we went home, fair enough. If we won, fair enough. Like, I have no idea. What's going to happen. But we were so stoked with that. And I think looking back, it was probably better than I had thought at the time. I think at the time I was like, it's funny. But
What about you, Alex?
But
yeah,
it came out quite.
I think I would have to agree. The fisherman is probably I loved Crime Cat because I just think it was funny. But I think at the very end of the day, The Fisherman is just so good. Like, I think we did a good job. It was a fun idea. But what I think I like most about it is that we literally laughed for 14 hours. Like, we just had the best time building it. And like, I remember building something like under the boat. I'm like doing the birds or something, and I'm just laughing, and Caleb comes over and he shows me the cat's face, and its eyes were like going outwards, and I was just laughing for like 10 minutes straight. And like our producer comes over, she goes, "What are you laughing at? Like, what are you even laughing at?" And it was just all we had to do was just like show me the cat's face, and I was just pissing myself. But I think there's a couple of reasons why it's my favorite, but yeah.
You're not allowed to laugh on Lego Masters. Noted.
Oh, no. Yeah.
You guys had some great.
So much fun on the show. Sorry.
Oh, too much.
Yeah.
Too much. Did you think you were going to have that much fun?
I think for me, I knew that I was like going to make friends and I knew I was going to have a good time, but I think I severely underestimated how close we'd all become and how much laughing I would do.
Yeah.
But it's obviously a very pleasant surprise.
Yeah. Did you think it was going to be stressful? Is that what you thought going in?
Well, yeah, because I think for me, and I can't speak for the others, but coming in, I want to say I probably knew the least about like free building or mocking or whatever you want to call it. So I was really nervous that I would, not be able to pick it up and sort of let Caleb down and, all that sort of stuff. But obviously we did all right. So
just came second. Whatever.
Yeah. No big deal.
Were you let down that you came second? Did you feel like it was a disappointment coming second? Because they filmed the two endings, like the two results. Did you have that little bit of hype that you thought, oh yeah, I've got it, and not really?
No, I think for me, I don't know about you, Caleb, but looking at Joss and Henry's build, like that is just, you saw it. It was amazing, and so consistently incredible the whole time, And I think that a well deserved win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think similar. I think it was strange. I think one of the producers had said, just accept second. If you get first, that's a nice bonus. And I think that's exactly how we took it. It was like, all right, we're second. If we get a nice phone call one random morning that says you've now got some extra cash, that's pretty cool. But I think I had seen that, I could see how potentially we might fall into Brickman's soft spot or something, because I think what we did was, it's pretty quintessential Lego. It's, it's very, for the kids sort of thing. So I was like, if our shot somewhere, it's in that. But same as Alex. I was like, I want Joss and Henry to win. I would feel pretty awkward if we did, having sort of those maybe 2-3 good builds at the end. It felt like it would be, Joss and Henry really deserved it. And this is like Joss's whole life is doing Lego, and he's probably the best builder on the planet. So I would, I don't think I could sleep well at night having a big Lego trophy as big as my body in the room while Joss is somewhere else, the best builder I've ever seen, without it. So, but they both killed it. So proud of them.
Well, it's interesting because people that were watching the show with us, and we'd talk about it every week. I mean, everyone thought, all my friends thought that Jean and Nick were going to win it, because they kept winning all the challenges. And yeah, it's interesting, like that. It doesn't really matter that you are the best builder in the planet.
Yeah,
you still might not win Lego Masters.
I had one work colleague go, "Did you know you could bet on the outcome of Lego Masters?" I'm like, "No, I didn't," and don't really want to bet on it.
You can bet on anything, right?
Yeah.
I had an old school friend message me, He screenshotted the Lego Masters Season 4 sports bet, and he was one button away from betting like $100 or something on it. And he's like, just tell me to do it and I'll do it. And but I didn't remember who he was, so I thought he was probably serious. And I was like, I don't think it's a good idea to bet on Lego Masters, mate. It's not really, I don't know. It's not like sport.
We don't
It's just
condone that.
like, don't do that, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've talked about your favorite builds on the show. What was your least favorite challenge?
Stuntman.
Oh,
Oh man.
Stuntman. I
Really?
hated it. Caleb,
that's my favorite. I love that.
Caleb, we didn't start building number 1 for an hour. And number 2, we made a brown square. So, like,
I thought yours looked great.
I'm not into it.
Yeah, look, I was so thankful because we're barely in that episode. I think Alex and I. I think it was basically every team but us. But thankfully, that was great for us because we didn't start building until 2 hours in. We had our little pilot, and we're like, "This is boring. I can make a plane." And it was just 2 hours of Alex saying, "Let's make a flying contraption," and me saying, "I don't know how to do that, mate. Are you going to build it, or am I going to build it? Like, what's happening here?" Didn't anyway. It was a stressful build.
I thought it looked
It's the
great.
journey.
What about yours, Rach?
Oh, thanks for asking.
Come on, mate.
Ridiculous. What was it? Car of the future.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Actually, you know what? Sorry. That just reminded me of ours.
Yeah.
No. It's all good. Well, it was another episode where they're just like, yeah, that's not television worthy. You just don't get time. And I'm sitting there going, thank goodness. We did that rainbow thing. And in another interview, it was likened to ice cream cake that was melting.
Oh,
I went, actually, yeah.
I guess.
That's pretty much.
You should have just rebranded it. Right?
whose idea was it? Was it yours or was it Lexi's?
That was actually what we wanted to do. The idea was, which they didn't really show, was to spread happiness and joy. Because for us, looking into the future, you know, it looks pretty bleak at the moment. Let's spread some joy. So it was actually meant to be like an ice cream truck with, you know, like that's actually serving
Happiness.
these happiness and sunshine and lollipops.
Oh.
But then, and I thought that was kind of something that we could have managed because neither of us knew how to build a car. So I'm like, well, let's just do like a delivery truck type thing. Like that's easy. That's an easy shape. And then we can go from there. And Lexi's like, no, we can make it this and we can make it that. And I was like, okay, go for it. And it just got messier and messier and messier. And I just didn't know what to do.
At least it was a short build, I guess.
It was a short build and we didn't get much airtime and
that was over.
That was over. Done.
Was it hard to work with someone that you've never worked with before?
Yes.
It was awful.
Works for some, doesn't work for others.
Actually,
We went in the same room for the first 3 months. They just edited us all together.
I refused.
It looks like we're in the same room. It's not. It's just
It does look like that, yes.
that's
Yeah, no, it is hard because you've got to, like, for some of us, we didn't know our capabilities even to begin with. Like Al was saying, I was the same. I didn't know what I could do. So you go in thinking, well, now I'm in a team and I don't want to let the other person down. I don't want to let myself down. I don't want to let the viewers down. You know, I don't want to let Brickman down. So there's all this pressure. And on top of that, you're having to communicate with a person you've only just met to build something that you think is worthy, you know, and that you think is, you know, okay to be on Lego Masters.
Oh, Caleb just left.
Oh.
Sorry, everyone. Caleb had to go somewhere.
Caleb is having a diva moment. He needed to leave.
He had a meeting. An meeting.
Fire engagement.
You want to answer the question of how it was to work with Alex.
Rachel,
Okay,
I have a question. I feel like it felt like towards the end you were getting all the hard stuff. Like Lexi was giving you all the hard things to do and going, well, that's your problem. Like, how did it happen that you all of a sudden started getting all the hard stuff when she was the builder from, like, the mock builder from, you know, from way back, who knew how to do lots of things? How did that happen?
I'm not entirely sure how that happened, but I do know that I do love a challenge. So everything that was put at me, I thought, yeah, I'll give that a go. But I always offered, you know, did you want to try this one? You know, to give her that option. But she was pretty happy, you know, doing the things that she kind of knew that she could do, the houses and the characters and that kind of thing. So and I was thriving in the other space of figuring it out and stretching myself to as far as I could go. And that was good. Sometimes it was a bit hard because you kind of go, I need somebody to bounce this idea off. But because we were, I always said, like, we were a bit of a divide and conquer. Yeah. And that was the best way for us to work. And that's okay too, because we've ended up being able to make some really cool things by doing that, by going with our strengths and coming back at the end. But on the flip side, you know, there's a whole room of Lego masters that were willing to, you know, share their expertise with me. You know, asking them in the brick bit, you know, asking Jean, you know, how's my drone look? And, you know, asking Dan, you know, I'm trying to get this working. Or sometimes it wasn't even asking, it was having figured something out and just running to the brick pit just to show people, just to walk around and share what I'd done. So yeah, it was fun.
Oh, I feel like you did do some characters though, and that there was times when for some reason Lexi wasn't doing them.
Tree Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lexi did more of the human type characters, and I did the other ones. Yeah.
I see. Who did the so Lexi did the secret statue, hungry statue.
Yeah. Yeah.
The baboon. It wasn't a baboon. What was
the snow monkey? That was
snow monkey. I lived in Japan. I've seen those snow monkeys. I don't know why I didn't know it was called a snow monkey. That was amazing. You did that, didn't you?
Thanks. I did. That was my very first character.
That's just,
you know,
crazy.
That kind of a thing. Yeah.
It's exactly like the snow monkeys in Japan. Like, I don't.
It was one of those things though that, you know, I had his eyes completely different, and then one of the eyes fell off. And it left me with the little piece, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's the look I'm going for. So it's happy little mistakes that happen, and yeah, I'll go with it. Yeah,
so amazing. Just to never done it before. Oh, look what I made.
Brickman walked past at one point, and I'm like, Brickman, check this out. Check out this monkey face.
Monkey face.
I bet he was so impressed.
I know there was a lot of controversy about the Japan build being not as polished, is probably the right word, not as finished. And the other team, it was elimination, right?
It was Andrew and Crystal, wasn't it? That was the first elimination.
Do you think it was justified in the decision? Like, I know that's probably a controversial question, and I think Andrew is watching. But
Andrew knows my feelings. No, look, I've had a lot of time to contemplate that, because at the time I was devastated, you know, given that we, you know, hadn't finished our build. It was a similar one to Alex and Caleb's pilot one with the Ring of Fire, where we didn't start for a long time. We couldn't land on an idea, and that it really, you know, meant that we didn't have a finished product at the end, and all of that. And but at the end of the day, things panned out the way they did. I have absolute respect for Brickman and his decision making and why he makes the decisions that he makes. And although it was extremely difficult to say goodbye to Andrew and Crystal on such a fabulous build that they did, yeah, I've had to do a lot of mental work to be okay, to be okay with that decision and understand, you know, a lot of good things came afterwards that, you know, I could say, okay, I'm here for a reason. Yeah. But yeah, when I saw all the comments on social media, I'm like, okay.
Oh, which way were they leaning?
Oh, they were, the girls should have gone, was what they were all saying. And you know, I remembered, you know, feeling the same way of why did we stay? But then when you look at
the quality of work that you've done in the next few episodes, it made up for it. So.
And that was something that Andrew actually said to me when I got really upset that they were leaving. And he said, Rach, after building a monkey like that on your first go, like, how could they not want to see what you do next? And I was like, okay. And I just, I went, I'll absolutely give it my all, because when you're watching your new family members leave and that's their dream as well, you jump back in with even more energy to go, I'm going to make the most of this, because, you know, somebody else has lost that journey. And it's, for a group that was so close, those eliminations hit us really hard every time.
Yeah. And they take the people away from you, never to be seen again. That's what
pretty much,
are saying.
That's tough.
Aww. Someone in the audience asked, how did you deal with the time pressure? I think we saw how you dealt with it sometimes. I think a lot of people just cried. I would cry.
Al, do you have an answer for that one?
Not really. It's sort of like, I don't know what I can make in 10 hours. What do you mean? Like, I don't know. You just got to aim high, but not too high. And then sort of depends, you know, how far you get into it. But probably if you go halfway and you think, oh, yeah, I could probably keep up this pace and finish that. But yeah, it's really is just a whole like juggling act of who's doing what and how long it's taking, and just setting goals. Like, I want to do this by this, and just crossing fingers and honestly just hoping for the best.
For a 10-hour build,
those goals. Sorry.
For a 10-hour build, how many hours into the build do they break for the day and then come back to it? Like, is it
like
was it
10? It would probably be like 4 and then 6 would probably be how we would do it normally.
Okay, so they film 4 hours in the afternoon and then you break, and okay.
Yeah, it's pretty standard, I think.
It was pretty much 4 or 4.5 hour blocks, like, you know, and then sometimes they'd be a bit longer depending on how far through you were, but it's amazing how much you can actually get done in 3 hours when that 3-hour time call comes. And sometimes we didn't get a 3-hour time call and they jump straight to the 2, and then it was like, whoa, what have you done? You just, you know, you've ruined everything that I had in my head of what I was going to do in the last 3 hours.
Do you think that was on purpose, or do you think they were just walking and Hamish forgot to do the time call?
It could have been, actually, because I don't think that happened very often. But I remember at least once that happened, I went, wait, what? I was counting on that 3 hours. But yeah, it's crazy what, you know, it's kind of like a bit of a marathon where you're kind of just pacing yourself. And then that last 3 hours, you're just sprinting.
In how many of your builds did you have to reassess the time throughout the build and say, yeah, I'm just going to have to deliver less? Was it most of them or none of them or half of them?
Yeah, a fair few. I feel like we had to readjust things, and sometimes we had more time up our sleeve than we thought. We're like, well, how are we going to fill that? You know,
yeah?
what can we do? What can we add?
What
So,
challenges were they where you had too much time?
The car, because there's only so much you could do to it. And the dragon drone. Yeah, because it was such a small build. Once you got the main elements on there, it's like, okay, what else? You know,
Yeah, now what?
there's not too much to play with when it's such a small build.
Yeah. Well, that makes it fun then. At least you get a bit of a breather for.
Yeah, it does a bit.
Yeah, but you never want to be that team that's just sitting there. You know, because it's like, what more could you do? There's always more, I think.
And do you know in those small builds that they're not eliminations already? So do you know that you can
well, we knew that they were advantages.
Right.
I guess, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think we knew they were advantages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How annoying were Hamish's antics on the show?
They were pretty welcome, I think. Like, gives me a break from Caleb, that's for sure. He's just a big goose, Hamish. So it's just fun when you are like a bit stressed or a bit worried about something. It just really does just break the ice and gives you a bit of relief from whatever you're thinking about.
Have you seen the US version of Lego Masters?
I haven't, no.
Have you
I've only seen little bits and pieces of it.
What do you think about Hamish versus Will Arnett? What are your thoughts?
I'm not a fan of Will Arnett. I'm just going to put it out there.
I'm going to agree with you on that one. Like, first time I watched it, I'm just like, Hamish is so much better than him. Like, why did they pick him? They should get Hamish.
Yeah. So, yeah. Sorry, Will. Sorry, Will.
Are either of you keeping up to date on the New Zealand version of the Master that's currently airing?
I haven't, no.
I'm keeping up to date with it, but I haven't had a chance to watch any of them. But I'm following a few of them on Instagram, so I'm seeing how they're going and what they're building and getting a little bit invested. But I just need to find the time to actually stop and watch the episodes because they look like they're building some pretty cool things.
Yeah.
How are you watching it, Wayne?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Before you went on Lego Masters, did you reach out to any of the past contestants and talk to them? And did any of them give you any sage advice you'd like to share?
No, I didn't talk to any of them.
No, neither.
No.
But I guess my advice to anyone that's wanting to do it is do it, man. Like, give it a go. You'll have fun. Like, it's a guarantee that you'll have fun. And just have a crack.
Yeah.
I think they've already filmed the next series of Lego Masters already, right? Series 5, they did it back to back.
No.
What?
Surely not.
Yeah. I've heard that they've done series 4 and 5 back to back.
Oh,
So they
that's
don't
news
have
to me.
Yeah, same.
There you go.
Okay.
Surely not.
Really?
What I heard, my sources may be wrong.
There you go.
All right. Well, we'll find out soon, I guess. When is it going to air? Then is it going to air earlier, or is it going to air the same time?
Same time. Yeah.
But why would they?
Yeah, why?
Why would they be advertising for season 5 to get people to audition for that?
Okay.
Are they? I haven't seen that yet.
Maybe they haven't.
Or maybe they have, and there's no need to advertise for season 5 because they've already made it.
Maybe they just had so many applicants from the season 4 taken that
Maybe.
How many applicants do you reckon they get that actually
I don't
want to
even
go
know.
on a reality Lego show?
Surely there's a lot.
Based on the amount of marketing people that I had contact us to get contestants. Not as many as you'd think.
Yeah.
Or not as many quality people as you think. Because they're always asking for more people.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So, yeah. The New Zealand Lego Masters filmed the 2 seasons back to back.
Yes.
Australian didn't, but New Zealand did.
Wade's got the goals.
No, no.
He's got it, but he's got it a little bit.
Wires crossed, sorry.
You made us all sad, Wade, because all these people that are listening were thinking that they were going to apply for Australia season 5, and then you told them that they'd already filmed it, so they're like, "Oh shit!"
Log off. Yeah.
If there was an All Stars Lego Masters season, would you guys want to be on it?
Oh my god, I wish. That would be
really. You'd want to?
Yeah, hell yeah. Why not? That'd be sick, right?
What about if it was the shitty Christmas special that they did last year?
See, I'd be into that one because I love Christmas, and it would be a shorter period of time that I would have to be away from my family again. So that would be the reason why I would never be able to jump in on another whole season, even though that would be, amazing, because once you start, and like I said, watching Caleb kind of unlock the abilities and watching what he's doing now, it's just amazing. But I feel like all of us have done that to a certain degree.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Alex, too. Yeah.
Once you unlock that and you come home to less Lego, you really want to jump back in and really get back into that brick pit. So, but yeah, for me, it was for the time that they said, do you want to come? And I said, yes. I just cried like the whole time because I'm like, how am I going to do this? I've got kids. I've got a job. I've got a husband. How can I agree to this? This is the most selfish thing ever. And with
you
my
just
kids
told them
and
that
my
you'd be away for a month, right? And then
yeah, it
like,
ended up being 9.5 weeks, and that was never in the plan. So it was crazy to be away from them for that long. But then, to see how proud they are watching what I did, so for me, for any mums that are out there that are going, I would love to do that. Mums are not just mums. We are our own people, and to be able to go and do something like that and show my kids what I can do and have them see me in that little bit of a different light, but take that time as well. Yes, there was a lot of times I just need to go home. I just, but on the flip side, it was a once in a lifetime opportunity. And
did you get to see your family any time during the filming period?
No, because of COVID.
Wow. How old are your kids, Rachel?
I've got a 7-year-old and a 16-year-old.
Oh, wow. Big spread.
Yeah.
So why did you think it was only going to be a month? Why was it never in the plan to be away for 3 months when that's how long you need to be away?
Well, it was more that I thought that I'd see them because COVID, was kind of easing up, and I thought, you know what, there's like, you can come down and see me or, whatever. And so that just didn't happen. But I had them on FaceTime, and I had my new family in the hotel making sure I was okay.
Oh, did you like call them every night and do video calls like every
as much as I could, but some of the days were really, really long. So by the time you'd get back in, sometimes they'd be in bed, and so it was difficult to juggle. But they knew where I was, they knew what I was doing, and they were old enough to understand. And my son, that's his favorite show. Like, as soon as it's finished, he's like, right, so how many sleeps until it starts again? So so it was okay.
And I think someone told us that you tried to keep working throughout filming. Is that you? Oh, crazy.
I was working. Yeah, I was working where I could, but it just came to a point where I just said to my boss, I just can't. I had somebody in my role, but yeah, I was just doing bits and pieces. But yeah, some of the others were working as well, and I'm like, I just don't know how. It's too full on.
I guess you got to earn the monies though. Like it's a long time to not be earning the monies, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Especially when you got
because you don't get paid while you're on the show, do you? You get like a little stipend or something to cover stuff. But
yeah. So, but you know, for that period of time, if you can manage it, yeah, you know, it's worth it. Like we've got so much out of it. Hey, yeah,
definitely.
Oh. I think she's got someone at the door.
Someone's at the door.
Everyone's leaving this.
I've had enough.
So, out of all the themes that Lego produce, what is your favorite theme? Do you have a favorite theme?
I think I know what Rachel's is. Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
I think Rach might, correct me if I'm wrong, but have every single Harry Potter set that ever put out, pretty much.
No, I wish, but I've only got 2008 onwards and maybe about 3 or 4 sets from before that.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful.
Only.
Beautiful.
That's still pretty good.
Yeah. It's, I think, over 50, maybe 60 sets. And more comes out tomorrow.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
For all the new releases.
And what about you, Al?
I guess for me, when the show first came out, it was like, she boasts 12 Lego sets, and everyone thought that was very funny that I only had 12 Lego sets. But the majority of them are, Star Wars, because I think that's just how I fell in love with Lego. Obviously, they put out a whole bunch of cool Star Wars sets, and that's where it sort of began because I'm a huge fan. So they're mostly Star Wars, yeah.
Don't you get sick of Star Wars just repeating all the themes and the same buildings every time? Same vehicles every time?
But I think when I first started, it was more about having the finished piece in my collection. You know what I mean? It was just sort of like, oh yeah, whack it together. It'll look good on the shelf, you know?
Okay.
In saying that, I have been branching out. I've got a few of the like idea sets recently, and so I am branching out a bit more because it is a bit like stagnant, but the collection is growing. Yes.
Nice. Welcome back, Nicole.
Sorry, my laptop died because I've been using it all day, and I don't know why I thought that moving it into a different room after using it all day without the charger would be a good idea, but there we have it. Very smart.
It's all fixed now.
We probably have asked all the questions now anyway.
Yeah, we're getting close to time as well. Like we usually do these chats for about an hour. Is there any advice or anything that you'd like to add or tell us about what you're doing in the future? Any events or anything coming up? Are you appearing in any store openings or anything that we should know about? Or any shows?
Maybe I'm not cool enough. I don't know.
Some store appearances.
Yeah, come on, guys.
There's gotta be.
No.
Parramatta Lego store coming up in next couple of weeks.
I mean, maybe. Look, we're always the last to know about these things, so we could very well be. But it'd be fun if you're listening, Channel 9. I'd love to do it. But yeah, no, I haven't really. Maybe it's just for the winners, hey?
No.
Definitely not.
Oh, Branko, here he is. We've already spoken about that, Branko. We're all going to be there.
You're very late to the party, Branko.
Yeah, come on, mate.
An hour ago.
Unbelievable.
Maybe if you Google yourselves, it will come up as all these things that you've been booked in to do that eventually.
Yeah, true. Maybe we'll do that.
You can find
normally
that.
when you Google us, it's just like, are Caleb and Alex dating or siblings? That's our number one Google hit. So
Siblings. Okay, so that's how that came
you
up.
can see it. Like, I guess,
Yeah.
Caleb and I kind of look similar, like blondish hair, blue eyes.
Yeah.
Like, that'll do.
And sometimes people that are dating also look similar, don't they?
Exactly. We're not dating. Sorry to shatter everyone's heart, but
Well, he's a bit young for you, isn't he? When you're
He is
at
a
that age, it's not really. Yeah, 21-year-olds, they're a bit gross, aren't they?
That's right. My local paper thought that Caleb and I were married couple because we're both from the same area. So they put no, hang on. The newspaper said Port Macquarie duo heading to Lego Masters, and the radio picked it up and went a married couple from Port Macquarie, and I was like, whoa. There's 16 years difference.
Wow. That would be a great twist for them to do on Lego Masters, though, to put a husband and wife or a partners on, but split them.
True.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like a Married at First Sight, but Lego Masters edition, where you get married and then you have to build together?
Sounds great. I'm sure that will come.
Maybe that's what season 5 is.
It could be.
Time will tell.
What has Matt said? How can we get the brick pit at Brickvention next year so we can get a build off with the other seasons?
Oh.
Ooh.
There's something that we can float with the Brickvention committee, as in Lego Masters build off on live at Brickvention.
Iconic. I'd rather do a dance off, but
Okay.
I'd rather do a dance off.
Why can't it be both?
Should we do
True.
Okay.
say, should we do both?
A dance off, but you have to be dressed as a Lego minifig.
You can't do the no.
I think we have our VIP night entertainment sorted, Nicole.
Amazing.
Lego Masters
Sorted.
dressed as minifigs VIP dancing. We're saying that we're not on the Brickventures committee, so we cannot commit to any.
I'm sure they
ideas
don't
like this.
understand Lego committees and all that kind of stuff.
I don't, that's for sure.
No. It's a whole other world, guys.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Are you guys a member of a lug or
No.
a Lego user group?
No,
you
I
thinking of
literally
joining a
just
Lego
went
user?
from being a mum that built Lego to being a Lego master.
That's all right. It's normal
Straight
trajectory.
into the deep end. Yeah. You should definitely consider joining a lug. I know there's a Newcastle Rainbow Bricks and Sydney have their own lug as well.
Cool,
It's worth checking out. And joining
Give us
and
the pitch, because I'm happy to join. I just don't know what any of it's about.
move to Melbourne and you can join mugs.
I'm absolutely not moving to Melbourne.
Yeah. And
We
we
have
know
better weather.
she would have to leave her Lego Masters family, who all live there.
Oh, yeah, no.
Not
Absolutely.
I'm sure the Lego Masters from Melbourne will adopt you. It's okay.
They'll adopt you.
Oh, thank you, Andrew.
And the other ones, the previous seasons ones as well.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah.
All the others.
But basically, lugs are just where people that like Lego get together and
Right.
build Lego, talk about Lego. Like, it's just a great kind of community to be involved in if you need to learn things, or if you
Right.
want to see if people have parts that you need to build stuff.
cool.
Yeah.
Think of the Lego Master floor without the cameras, the hosts, and the time pressure of building.
What's the fun in that?
I would have thought it would be more fun.
No, it is. It's nice. It's good. It's good. I'll join. You've twisted my arm. It's good.
Are there any behind the scenes stuff that you'd like to give a shout out to? Or
Actually, you know what? Sorry, Raj, I'm going to jump in on this. Yes. In episode 8, fun fact, I ate some Lego in the brick pit. I was separating it with my teeth, and I swallowed a piece of Lego.
How big are we talking
It's
here?
a gold ring. Like,
Oh, wow.
yeah, idiot, absolute idiot. I'm relentless. But I just wanted to share that because it is a highlight of my time there.
Did you find it in the morning?
Yeah, I was looking, and you better believe that I would have taken a picture and sent it to the group chat, but I never found it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to give a shout out to one of the staff that helped you retrieve it.
No, they were devastated. Like, they did not know what to do because we kind of just went through the room. I like swallowed a piece of Lego, and obviously, as soon as you think that, you think like a 2x2.
You do think a 2x2. You do.
And the crew are like, what? Running around trying to figure out what kind of first aid they're going to have to administer. She's gone. And this was my favorite part of every day, when Alex would find something so funny.
And just also everyone would have been thinking just why that would have had to have been deliberate.
Because I was building the doors of like our little mansion, like the haunted Frankenstein thing. And I'm like, oh, which one do you like better? I'm showing Caleb. I'm like, with the ring? And I like go to bite it off. And I like swallow it. And I was like, I've just swallowed it. And Caleb goes, what'd you do that for?
I thought it would be tasty.
You didn't do it on purpose, Caleb.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm probably the only one.
I mean, maybe. If I'm not, let us know. But yeah.
You should get the others to make you a trophy.
Yeah, if there's in the brick pit, you'd get a piece every now and then that did have teeth marks in it, and it was almost a guarantee that it was me.
Oh no! Good to know.
But no, the whole crew was amazing though, weren't they?
Weren't they?
Like just chatting with the cameraman, at your desk, you get to know them really well, and just having laughs. And the producers were great. Just everyone, like they just looked after us so well. And had a lot of laughs.
So
does every team get their own producer?
Oh yeah, does every team get a producer?
It's sort of between two. There was four producers. And yeah.
Oh, 4 producers in total, you mean? For the teams, right?
Yeah. And
Not
they're all great. No, it's not that orchestrated. Yeah. But yeah, we loved our producer. They're all great, really. I think at some point we all, towards the end, they sort of chopped and changed a little bit. But ours was great. Shout out to Jess. She was amazing. And yeah.
So it wasn't like other reality TV shows. It actually was.
Jess, I know that Jess did work on that and does
really?
sorts of shows. So I think she found it quite nice actually to be doing stuff that was wholesome, like rather than like trying to push our buttons and whatever. She was just like more, geeing us up and stuff. So that was nice.
Oh, that's lovely.
Do you feel like compared to the first season, when I know they had cast the villain of the show, do you feel like they did that this season and tried to get reactions or stage reactions?
No, everything you saw was real.
Yeah.
Your face is so telling, Rachel.
I'm sure there's a story there that we won't put on camera.
Well, I think she's just speaking about one particular person. That's probably you, Wade, who might have been the villain. No, you weren't alluding to that person, Wade.
I was just asking in general.
No, I think, like, in all honesty, everyone kind of came in, and in the majority, you know, it was us. We were what we were doing on the outside, you know, when the cameras weren't on, was how we were behaving when the cameras were on. You know, the only difference for me, maybe I didn't talk as much as usual.
Yeah, normally you can't shut Rach up. She just.
So you weren't talking while you were building because you were too.
I talked to myself in the Lego a lot, actually.
Right.
They didn't put too much of that in. But yeah, because I am a talker, but there was also a lot of downtime to focus and just get on with the task.
Yeah.
Well, we loved watching all of you. It was amazing. I actually really enjoyed this season.
It was a good time.
Maybe the most.
Oh.
Yeah, the challenges were amazing. Like, they stepped up the challenges, but then I think the group, like, dynamic added to the show and how it all came across in the end.
Yeah,
I think so.
yeah. I think that came through for sure. That you guys were
I
all.
think the quality of builds this year was really good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
We
for
all
everyone.
tried very hard. So
Yes.
sorry.
That was the
Lego
other part of the
really-
scene. I missed that.
I'll come to it in your ear, Rach.
You don't know how hard it has been this whole hour for me to try not to burp.
Oh, you got to do it. You got to do it. No.
On that note,
I thought you were going to let one rip.
no.
On that note, we might end the broadcast here.
Right.
Thank you very much for joining us and talking to us about all things sort of Lego Masters.
Amazing.
We hope to
Thank
do
you for
this
having
again
us.
at some point in the future. We may do another chat and maybe hit you up again. But
Yeah.
yeah, thank you very much and joining us and answering all our questions.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks,
We'll do a
guys.
free-for-all soon with all your mates.
Oh, God. Don't. It sounds fun, but don't.
We'll think about it.
Okay. It'll get ugly.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.